Ron Chaffin is a native of Cookeville, Tennessee, in Putnam County. He is the transportation supervisor with the Putnam County school system. Ron also is a certified commercial license examiner in the state of Tennessee. He was also elected to the Putnam County Commission in 2022. Ron is a certified supervisor of pupil transportation with NAPT. Putnam County Schools currently has a body of 12,000 students, and approximately 5,000 students are transported on buses each day. Putnam County Schools has 79 buses in its fleet, with 2 of these being electric. There are 60 general education buses and 19 special education buses. Putnam County Schools has 113 employees in the transportation department. We welcome Ron Chaffin.
Thank you very much for being asked to be here. It's quite an honor to be able to, uh, let's see. Okay, there we go. Just want to say thank you for the invitation to be able to come to speak with y'all today. I know we've got some diverse extremes as far as different size departments. We're on the smaller scale. We're on the smaller scale as far as total amount of buses we've got. But I mean, we all have the same issues, and we all go through the same things as we go along. So, as we started our journey with the electric school buses, we had three major feelings of emotions. First of all, we were all skeptical whether or not they would work or not. Second of all, we were trying to adapt to change because we've always been used to what we've been used to. So that was a major feeling, and also, uh, you've heard the old saying, "If it sounds too good to be true, then it's probably not." But as we went through all those feelings, we also learned that we've got three major things that we learned as a school system with EV buses. The main number one thing is we learned that our relationship with our dealer has been the main most important thing with getting through what we've and being able to accomplish what we've been able to accomplish. Cumberland International Truck in Lebanon, Tennessee is our dealer. Ashley Skurlock is our bus account manager, and she has helped guide us all the way through from day one when EPA came out in 2022 with the Clean Bus Program. She was the one that came around and educated and helped train and get our mindset into thinking that we can do this. And so, anytime there's any issues that arise, she's always available to talk. So that's one thing that we felt like that was a very important thing as we learned as we started the journey. The number two was public perception, being able to learn how to inform our community about electric buses. We had a struggle with that because there was a lot of people in our area that felt like that we shouldn't go that route, but we felt like that we should because we need to look at all options that we have because pupil transportation is so vitally and very important. Third major thing was our planning. We realized that planning is the number one thing, one of the top three things that is important as we transport students because you have we have to plan on routing, we have to plan on charging and when's the best times to charge, and that's transportation as a whole. It's just not about EV, but it's about with school transportation. So as I talked earlier about dealer relationships, as I said in April of 2022, round one began. Actually helped us with the positives and negatives about EV. In the summer of 2022, she actually, along with International Motors, she was actually and also with the EPA went and applied, helped us apply the grant through them. October 25th, 2022, we got the call that we were one of the counties in the state of Tennessee that received the grant for 2 electric buses. So March 2023, we went and met with our school board, got a unanimous acceptance to accept the grant. So we were all really excited about that. May of 2023, our buses were built, and then they were delivered to us in July of 2023. Um, as we received those buses, uh, Ashley was able to come and help us with training. We also met with In Charge, who is our had installed all of our chargers. We do come up with where we needed to put them, what type chargers we needed. But she didn't only do that with us; she did it with every county in the state of Tennessee that she worked with. Um, so it's as we keep talking about that, the relationship between your dealer is very, very important. Public perception. As we started out school in the 1st of August of 2023, we took one of our buses to one of our elementary schools and took all the teachers from our elementary schools for a ride, just to kind of get the word out and get it out that we were in the electric bus business and that we were going to be transporting students on an electric bus, and that went really, really well. Channel 5 News from Nashville, Tennessee came and made it a story on day one of school. So we were really, really excited about that. So public perception has been one of the main things that we feel like we've been able to overcome, which is very, very important. Like I was talking about with planning. Planning is one of the very most important things, because you got to know when the best time to charge. You got to know how many miles you've got, how many. We had to determine what kind of routes we were going to put these buses on. So we made it to where we've got 2 extremes. We've got one that's what we call our mountain route. We got another one that's our in town route. With one being going up a mountain and down the mountain every day. And then also we've got the one that's in town. We can't see no difference at all in the performance of either bus. Our in-town route's got about 8,000 miles on it. The mountain route's got about 17,000 miles on it. But they're both still performing the same as the other. So just to put it in perspective, on the average, after the first year of school, after the first 12 months, our electric bill averaged about $320 a month. It would have cost us $1,100 a month in diesel. Plus, on top of that, with an electric bus, we've had no brake wear. Tires have worn about the average on all of our other buses. So, with all this, being able to plan and where these buses go is so very important. On the average, a diesel bus weighs approximately 33,000 pounds. Our electric buses are actually the same weight. And then also we have the ability to be able to see our buses, our electric buses, what the charge rate is, how many miles they've got to go. We've got a program through International Motors that is OCC software, which is on command connection, to where we can actually see how they're performing. So that's a very, very useful tool that we've been able to use. Things we've also noticed is we've got after the first 45 days we had these buses on the road. International Motors did a call with us, with our drivers, and a driver that we'd had for 15 years is one of our drivers for our electric bus. And he said, this is the first time I've ever really driven a bus and not went home with a headache in the month of August. And so if it's doing that for drivers, what's it doing? I know Tanya talked a lot about that, and I think that's a great thing to be able to compare. Also, our discipline on our electric buses is a lot better. Students know that the driver can hear every word they're saying, so they don't yell. It just seems like our discipline is so much better. As far as negatives for electrics, we've not really had many. About the only thing that we've had issues with has been, or it's been challenging, has been our charging. But every time we've had an issue, we've been able to get with Ashley and our dealer to be able to work through these issues. Um, but during the first week of school and the first 9 weeks of school this year, we've not had either one of our buses has been down. They've been to school every day, so they have perfect attendance for the first year and the first 9 weeks of school. So that's been a great feeling. I can't say that about a lot of our other buses a lot, but that's a great feeling to know. As far as the future for electric here in Putnam County, I think it's very bright. We're going to have to learn how to do some creative budgeting in order to make this work and keep going. We've seen all the positive things that we can gain out of having electric. Our county is about 30 miles long, which that's not very big compared to a lot of others, but still, we're going to have to start strategically placing those charging systems in those buses in different parts of the county so that we can um, uh, adequately supply each end of our county. Um, so I think it's very bright. I know that there's with what was talked about earlier as far as the grants and the rebates, and I think once we use those and do some creative budgeting, I think the future is very bright with our EV. So I just want to thank you for allowing me to speak, and hope everyone has a great weekend.
Thank you so much, Ron, for sharing how your district has embraced change and challenges with implementing electric school buses into your fleet.